And this is Halal Stock Hunter's portfolio review. Now, if you've been following us for a while, you know that we have a list of stocks that we are buying in and out and actively holding and watching. So once in a while, we tend to look at what we have and how they've performed. So for today, we are going to be reviewing ICLR, which is Icon PLC, as well as the Tractor Supply Company, which we've held since May, right, Adi? And so I'm going to throw it all back to our guru and our magic crystal ball. Adi Smile, all yours.
All right, so let me just share my screen. And here we have ICLR, Icon. And this stock, since we actually started reviewing and analyzing this chart, which was on this particular line, 28,720.21. Okay, I want to put it horizontally, so it's easier for me to read, sorry. Okay, so the price at the time that we enter was $225.20. All right, and then our first TP was hit, which was around $242, right? There's a TP 1 year. Right, our first TP was hit at this point. And then after that, it retraced lower. And then we decided that once the first TP is hit, our rule says that we should actually put a protective stop so that in case price were to go down, we will be taken out of the trade, but it will still be in profits, right? So this is our protective stop, this red dotted line here. But price did not reach our protective stop. In fact, it reversed once it hits this resistance turn support level here. And then we see price going up nicely. And I know Afiq is getting very excited and salivating because he knows that once this particular resistance is broken, we have more upside to go and possibly teaching our next target here at around the $274 level. All right. So right now we are in a risk-free trade. That's my favorite kind of trade. Risk-free meaning awesome. Say I've taken profits, but at the same time, I'm letting the second half of the trade go on to hit higher levels and more profits for us. But at the same time, we do not have any risk because we have a protected stop loss.
Yeah, and if it does drop down to that point, we're already in the money anyway. And so, folks, if you've been watching and you've been following us, this is Icon PLC, ICLR. As always, before you do anything, please do your own due diligence. Go and actively learn and decide whether this is for you. We have been doing this for a while, and so we know our risk levels, our risk tolerance. You need to do the same. Now, let's move on. Yes.
Afiq, can you just let the audience know what Icon is all about?
Icon PLC, the company itself is a clinical research organization company. Really, they help. They provide, how do I say this? Commercialization services to pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, and medical device industries. So in effect, they really just help a lot of the medical sector, the healthcare sector, get their stuff out there. And so I really like Icon because they've got a global presence. They help some of the biggest names out there. And in fact, if you look at it this way, Icon is one of those big companies that, in my opinion, provides almost an essential service.
Okay, yeah. Sounds interesting. And I hope that it continues to rise in price.
That's all what we all want, yeah. Awesome. So our next counter in our portfolio review is actually the Tractor Supply Company, TSCO. Now, Tractor Supply Company has seen ups and downs. We've held it since the 5th of May. Now, we had some shocks. Oh, we had some excitement. But it did not hit our stop loss. And so it's a bit of a roller coaster. And right now we're back in the money for TSCO. And at the last portfolio review, we did say we were going to hold on to it. And so now, yep, it's up in the blue, in the green now. And let's see what we should do. Adi, what do you think?
All right. So, okay, let me just change this. Okay, this is when we first actually started looking at this particular stock. And we decided that since it's in an uptrend, that we should actually be buying, right? However, after just when we bought, it actually did go up a little. We entered at around 193 and it went up to as high as about $200. So we were up by about 2-3%. But we had this pintail candle, a hanging man, which is a bearish price action candle. Okay, so and then followed by this black candle here. So you have a hanging. So you have this particular. It's actually a candle that shows that. Let me just explain. Right, basically it went up, and then after that, the sellers start to come in and push the price lower. So that is actually an indication that the buyers are losing steam, losing energy, right? So by itself, one candle by itself doesn't mean anything, right? In a price action setup, you need to see the second candle. Sometimes what you have is a doji or other candles that just means that the price is going to go sideways. But in this case, it is followed by a bearish engulfing, I would say. This one, but it is in fact a gap down followed by a kind of bearish candle, which is basically a very, very terrible setup for buyers. And what happened was that we went in, and of course it went against us, okay, for quite some time, but it didn't hit our stop loss of at this level at around $168. In fact, it rebounded, okay, nearly back to our entry level, and then it retested lows again of these lows again. Okay, these lows here, it retested again second time, and it rebounded back out. And this time around, usually when you want to see whether price will break the resistance, is you see this kind of movement in price. Price starts to move sideways or in steps. I call it small steps. Okay, they say that the bulls climb small steps while the bear jumps down.
Yeah, the bulls takes the stairs and the bear's out the window.
Yeah, what I mean is, guys, maybe to illustrate further, you see this is like the best coming up, the small steps. Okay, this is good, right? This is good. I do not usually like to see this kind of long fast moving candles because the reaction is going to be fast as well. I love this kind of like small steps, small steps, small steps, small steps, because this is the kind of steady movement of bears going up the hill. And I'm seeing that right now for tractor supply, right? This is the small step. Possibly we reach here and then it starts to go sideways, and then we have another step here, it bears through, and then we have another step here. I want to see something like this. All right. If this happens, right, if you see something like this happen, right, we got to be really, really careful because the reversal might just be around the corner, right? So by this point, we are in profit, and that's great. And we are targeting our first TP at around this level here. Maybe I'll just draw my Fibonacci level. Maybe Afiq, we might want to adjust let's see whether we need to adjust our take profit levels or not by using Fibonacci levels. Okay, so maybe our first TP, we might want to, it could actually be at around this level, 207.
207. Okay, I'll modify our TP1 207.
Right. This is, I think we should use Fibonacci tool to actually, give us the levels where we should actually take our profits. It gives us a much more technical kind of it's a more technical kind of approach, but I think it's good. And then the next level, I think we could be taking at this level 234.
234. There you go.
Yeah.
And our stop loss we're still maintaining at 168.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we still have a risk reward ratio of 1:6. So it's still okay. It's above 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think using Fibonacci is good for us to actually be more objective in our approach of actually establishing the take profit levels.
Sounds good to me. I've modified our numbers and we will continue to watch this as closely as we can. Now, folks, if you are invested together with us, be mindful, do your own due diligence. Okay, this is the Halal Stock Hunters Portfolio Review. Now, if you want to know more, we do have a special offer just for you to our VIP circle. Just go to halalinvestingnetwork.com. You'll see that you actually can get 30% off a yearly subscription to our VIP circle. So get on and quickly sign up before the promotion ends. Adi, any last words for Tractor Supply?
I'm just glad that it's actually moving our way. And even if it does not, it's part and parcel of trading and investing. And that's something that we actually want to share with all of you guys out there, that if you start to buy stocks and it goes against you and you need to actually get out at a loss, it's all part of the system. Okay. If you actually follow a system that has been tested, that has very strong logical reasoning behind it, I think there's no reason for you to actually be losing in the long run, right? I believe that it's all about staying disciplined and following the rules, identifying, first of all, the right stocks in the best sectors that are out there that are flourishing, especially right now that we are going into a post-lockdown situation right now. So post-pandemic soon, I hope so, although we still have the Delta variant out there and what other variants that may be coming out in the future, but let's stay optimistic. And with more people getting vaccinated, and I think countries are also opening up their borders, we might actually see companies that have actually suffered, during the pandemic now actually starting to grow again. Possibly our consumables, and companies like Walmart, Target, for example. These are retail companies, and that has suffered due to the pandemic, as well as, even your run-of-the-mill kind of stocks like Nike, that's actually been producing shoes for years. And yeah, these kind of companies might actually benefit. And let's continue to actually analyze the market together. Back to you, Afik.
Inshallah. And so this is it for our our portfolio review. So folks, if you haven't done so and you're watching us on Facebook, look for us on YouTube, Halal Investing Network. That's the way to come and find us. In fact, halalinvestingnetwork.com. Drop us a message, like, comment, and subscribe. As always, we do this just for you. This is Afik, Chief Finance Manager at Fast Free Finance, and that is my fantastic good buddy
Adi from ProTradersNetwork.com, also co-founder of Halal Investing Network, with my dear friend Afik. Together, let's trail a blaze.
To the moon! Thanks so much, and we'll see you at the next one. Assalamualaikum.